After our hometown side Plymouth Argyle was relegated this season down to League One, Dad had to do something about it. But instead of just a straight up rebuild, I decided to give him a challenge. And instead I told Dad to do it honouring the Youth to Gold method. The Youth to Gold is a process where you can only sign players who are below the age of 20. And from season 2, you're not allowed to use players who are 30 or above in your team. So can Dad build Plymouth Argyle back up using the Youth to Gold to go all the way and win the Premier League? Right, Dad, after Plymouth Argyle's relegation down into Sky Bet League One, I gave you the task of taking our hometown club back to the very top, but using the Youth to Gold method.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. I do like a Youth Gold.
It's been a while. It's only been a year since you did your Youth to Gold.
I must admit, I know I'm going to struggle because I've got to get my head round it as well. I mean, the hardest thing I'm going to look at, and I'm looking at him right now, is Ryan Hardy, 27, and I'm thinking to myself, 2 years, mate, and you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, but you normally do that anyway. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but although you wait for them to get to 30, then sell them.
Yeah.
In Youth to Gold, you have to plan ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to be thinking, I need to get a striker within the next 2 seasons to be able to replace Ryan Hardy.
Yeah.
And that's the
hardest,
secret.
That's the hardest bit as well.
But it can be a very successful way of playing Football Manager. It's very fun. It's challenging. I definitely implore all of you to try it.
100%.
Whether you try it in like a top division first, then go down to the lower leagues, because even I struggle when I do lower league Youth to Gold. It hasn't been a lot, but whenever I do, I struggle. Now, you mentioned Ryan Hardy. We always say how good he is on this game.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's just because he's very fast, his work rate's high, and he likes to beat the offside trap. Plus him being 6'2", I just think that there's something in him that helps him score a lot of goals on the game.
I mean, the good thing I've got in my thing really is Argyle, all right, they came bottom of the league, but in Division 1, they have actually got a good squad to be in that league. So I've got a good... The bones are there for me. I've just got to bring in a couple of more now and sort of like develop them, really.
Yeah.
And that is the hardest thing, finding them players.
Absolutely. Now, you started this a few weeks ago, so there might be... Some of the squad might be different compared to players that have left and joined Argyle since this video has released compared to when Dad started it. But yeah, as you say, we are in Sky Bet League One with the 3 clubs that were relegated and then obviously the ones that promoted into League One. And you have had a little bit of money to actually bring in some players.
Yes.
Kicking things off, and you've brought in a couple of players that I can see that you've already loaned out. So you're already thinking ahead of them playing first team football. And I like that because we got 3 players who have joined, the top 3 players here, and all 3 of them loaned out.
Yep. And that is something you really got to be thinking about, really.
First team football.
They may not be good now, but you can see the potential in them, so get them out. Quickly, get them out.
So let's have a look at this one then. I'm sure you signed this guy because of his name. Fedorushchenko. He's a Colombian goalkeeper, 18 years of age. He come from the Arsenal Youth Academy, but he was obviously released. You've loaned him out to Grimsby, and he is getting first team football.
Yeah.
Good start there.
It doesn't look brilliant, but he's worth getting in and just trying to develop and see where he is, really.
Well, in these lower leagues, finding players for free transfers and then flipping them can be the best thing ever to help you progress. It's not until you really get into the top division where you really want to start holding on to your best Youth to Gold players that you've brought through. Now, Daniel Kavinda is another one. He has been loaned out to start. So the Ukrainian striker, and as you can see, he is 20 now, but he was 20 on the 30th of August. We've just gone past his 20th birthday, so Dad's not breaking any rules. But he's gone out on loan to start. He's played 4 and scored 2 already, so he's off to a good start.
Yes.
At start. I'll move on.
He started already.
Then Molina. So he's gone to Accrington Stanley. So there's 2 South American players that have come in and been loaned out. So he's gone out to Accrington Stanley.
Both-footed as well. It's good. I like about strikers being good, both-footed.
Yeah, but here is what I think's the smartest thing that you have done, possibly on Football Manager, in the last 3 years of us playing it. Because the players that you've actually brought in for the first team are loanees.
Yes.
Starting off with one of my favourites in Nelson Viper. Now, I can't quite believe you managed to get Nelson Viper to come to Sky Bet League One, let alone come to Plymouth Argyle.
Well, he's only 19, isn't he? So
yeah.
It was one of those things when you're getting really early. I mean, if you can't buy this guy, you got to buy him, really, because he'll score goals for you. But getting him in as a loanee, I couldn't afford to buy him. So getting him in as a loanee, I'm perfect for me. Yeah. Really. He can do some damage for me.
Absolutely.
I know I'm only going to have him for 1 season, which is a shame.
He'll turn 20 in March, so unless you did a January buy him, but he ain't going to go. But it's a cracking signing nonetheless. We've then got Konak from Brentford, who's a good centre defensive midfielder. Turkish guy, again, lots of potential on the game, only 18 years of age, great natural fitness, especially for this standard. Yeah, looks like a solid player. And David Washington from Chelsea, one of those massive amounts of South Americans that Chelsea have bought recently, loaning him out. He originally came from Santos into Argyle's team, and it's just I mean, you haven't played any games yet, but it's a good backup.
Oh, 100%. I mean, when you look at that, I've got 2 really good strikers, really, so I'm quite pleased with that. Really.
Yeah. So tactically then, we're starting things off with a diamond that is half narrow, half wide. We've got a winger on the left-hand side, a Mazzala in centre midfield. We've got Shadow Striker in behind, Ryan Hardy and Nelson Viper up front. So it's a good start to the season in terms of having those 2 up front there, because Ryan Hardy's got 9 in 8 and Nelson Viper has got 3 in 6.
Yeah, so really good start, really.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with that.
And you've started well because we are currently top, winning all games. Everything.
Yep.
Cup and league.
I've beat a couple of good sides as well in there, really. I mean, Leyton Orient 6-1, that's a good result.
Yeah. Bolton,
beating
big
QPR
team
in the cup, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah. Great start then. Let's see if it continues and we can get Plymouth Argyle back into the Championship. Right, well, it's not a league win, but it's promotion,
come on,
and that's what you're going to take.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a huge amount, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Fair play to Cardiff, getting 109.
I mean, you look at that as well. Us in Derby only lost 5 times against Cardiff, losing 7.
Yeah.
Drawing games, in
Drawing the games.
Yeah.
You did lose to Cardiff twice.
Yeah. And that's the difference in it. That's why they're top.
Yeah, absolutely. They conceded less goals, but you scored more, so the goal difference very much in your favour there.
Yeah.
But it's promotion nonetheless. And Derby, by the way, gone up through the playoffs. Not bad, considering obviously they had to go through the playoffs. The gap between Derby and Huddersfield, mental. But of course,
they deserve
Derby
to go up, really.
Yeah. Ricky J. Jones was the top scorer. He is he still lightning quick on this? 18 and 19, yeah. Cool. But Ryan Hardy, 22 goals. Nelson Viper with the highest average rating, which is great to see. And we've got Ogbeta and Sorinola. Wow. Struggle with that one. Both with the highest amount of assists in the league.
It's good then.
Great start. Great start indeed.
You see why I scored a lot of goals.
Yeah. Top scorer across the whole season was Brian Hardy, of course. 26 from Nelson Viper, who we will say goodbye to now. Yeah. He is 20 years of age. We cannot sign him thanks to the Youth to Gold rules. And remember, any 30-year-olds can't also play. But if we're looking at this, at the minute, you're only going to have Jordan Houghton, who is going to cause you a problem with that next season. So let's see then what happens next season with the £16 million.
Hey, they supported me already, haven't they?
That is unrealistic.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that. Has there been a... No. I can't believe that. 16 million to go into the Championship. I've never seen anything like that.
I think it's to do with the all the TV rights now in the Championship now, because they're getting a lot more money through the TV.
The game ain't seeing that. The game ain't seeing that. By the way, Kavinda gone back out on loan throughout the season, so that's good. He's gone back out on loan again after...
He's starting to look good as well.
Yeah, he obviously at start. 5 goals in 9 games. You got 3 and 5 at TPS, so their season.
I'm trying to get him ready for when I lose Ryan.
Yeah, well, yeah. Perfect player, potentially, to fill in that gap. All right, let's see what you do with the 16 million next season. Now, recently, I went on holiday to Mallorca, and if it wasn't for NordVPN, you'd have had no videos while I was over there. You see, thanks to NordVPN, I was able to connect back to the UK so that my IP address looked like I was coming out of the United Kingdom, even though I was on my MacBook in Mallorca. So that YouTube didn't close my YouTube account down again, thinking that I had been hacked for a second time. No, I was able to just work from while I was on holiday to make sure all the videos that I had planned while I was away was able to be uploaded once they were edited. I could go onto my YouTube account and do that thanks to NordVPN. And if you go to nordvpn.com/Megaluke, I'll leave a link at the top of the description, you can get yourself an extra 4 months on top of a 2-year package. And like me, if you're going on holiday, you can benefit from a NordVPN account. You can potentially, like I did, still log back into the United Kingdom's Netflix, even though you are abroad, and still benefit from all the fantastic TV shows that we have that other nations don't, because when I went to Spain, it was awful. It also allowed me to watch a certain European Cup final while I was over there that, to be honest, I wish I never did watch it. But I was still able to, thanks to NordVPN. The other added benefits, of course, are the protection that you get while browsing the internet. There's an ad blocker you can already see. It's blocking ads from when I'm on Sky Sports, or I'm on YouTube, or even a tracker blocker. Look how many websites are trying to track me. But thanks to NordVPN, they are putting a stop to that. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee should you think that you're not getting the value that you have purchased through NordVPN, but I very much doubt that will happen. So it is completely risk-free. Go to nordvpn.com/Megaluke or use the link in the top description and benefit from an extra 4 months on top of a 2-year plan. Your internet daddy is here once again, protecting you while you're searching on the internet. All right, well, just singing his praises, saying that Daniel Kavinda is going to be the next Ryan Hardy, and he's gone. He's gone to Brentford for £5 million. Not bad, considering you got him on a free transfer, though.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I was having problems with getting a work permit for him as well, but in the end, when Brentford come up for him $5 million, I thought I'm going to take that just in case I couldn't renew the work permit, but Brentford must have done it somehow, so I don't know. But yeah, $5 million for nothing, it's good business, really. Yeah. And that's how this system works really better, isn't it?
Exactly, because he never stepped foot on the pitch for Plymouth Argyle, not once, and he left for a £5 million profit. That is a beautiful way of playing youth to go.
And you think the money I made out of the loan deal as well.
Yeah, exactly. So very good stuff, actually. I'll tip my hat to you for that one, because in total, that was the £5 million that you managed to get. There's a few more loans that you can see there, which is going to give you a little bit more money. Nothing major, nothing that's going to, give us stupid amounts of money to spend next season, but it's a good amount. And some of these players have only just joined the club again, so you're doing the right thing here. Charlie Crew was one of those guys. He has been loaned out to Bristol Rovers. He looks like a decent player. He's going out and he's getting first team football again at Bristol. We got a lot of players come through here, so we'll blast through them, but using the Scandinavian countries again and finding little gems in there like this man, that's a good little deal there for £1 million. Alan Moriningo, who is a cracking left back at this level, very good, from Argentina. Boza from Slavia Prague. He turned 20 just after Dad signed him, by the way. 20 years of age and a good goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, you got to get the goalkeeper. That's one of the hardest ones to get when you say goalkeeper. You got to jump on quickly.
Yeah, that was £1 million, but 450k from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Decent centre back who's been loaned out to Barnet, left-footed as well. They're hard to come by, so that's a good sign in there. 600k for this guy, attacking midfielder from Nigeria. Very good, left-footed as well. You can see a lot of them. I can see that you're trying to loan them out, even if they don't get loaned out. You're trying to do it. Another goalkeeper there. Then we've got Nkili, who is a centre defensive midfielder from Bayern Munich. Very good player indeed. Acosta, £2 million on that right-hand side, Argentinian. But then we've also got £4.5 million, the most expensive player, Brian Mamani, who is also a right midfielder. Yeah. Very good, though. Shaquille Van Persie on loan. Love that. We'll go into the Netherlands.
He looks like his dad as well, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Hopefully he plays like him, too.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
He's gone to the Netherlands and picked up two very good loan signings. One from Feyenoord, one from Ajax, because Sky Vink is also there. I do like
strikers as well.
Great name. Sky Vink. I mean, come on. I really hope he turns into something. Paul Scholl, not Skulls. This is his German region, Paul Scholl. He was a centre-back from Bayern Munich of 200k. And then finally, from Partizan, £1.6 million, a good left midfielder from Serbia. But does he get into the team? Because, tactically, you're playing something slightly different, which wouldn't allow him to get into there.
No.
Mamani is being locked in, though, on that right-hand side. I'm happy with that. He did look like somebody who needed game time, because if he didn't, Callum Wright goes in there. So he would go straight into that team and it would look
the left-hand side, I got Mumba there, and he is a good player.
Bally Mumba's great.
Yeah, he is a good player. So it's hard to... he's only 23, so it's hard to sort of replace him at the moment, but you never know.
Yeah. Beidou comes into that midfield, centre midfield on attack. I did notice he was the top scorer for us so far.
Yeah.
And he looks great, Michael Beidou. So a recent sign-in from Plymouth Argyle in the last couple of seasons. He looks fantastic. Outside of that, this team here has been performing very well, because once again at the start of the season, it's all wins.
Yes.
Sheffield United 3-2. QPR 4-1. Beating Portsmouth 5-1. And somehow Ben Waine got a hat-trick. Now, Plymouth Argyle fans are going to look at that and go, nah, no way. Because as happy and smiley as Ben Waine looks, I've never seen him score a hat-trick.
No. I mean, the Argyle fans are going to be really pleased with that, for the Portsmouth game. And they're big rivals for us. They call it the dockyard rival, don't they?
We do. They don't.
Yeah, they don't like
I spoke to Portsmouth fans before, and they're like, nope, we don't class it as a derby.
Well, I don't class it as a derby because it's in the derby. It's a rivalry. Yeah, so it's a dockyard rivalry.
It's
That's
always
all it
just
is,
a good game, I think.
But the TV try to make it as a derby, don't they, for some reason? But I mean, the West Ham result, that's still a good result.
Yeah, only lost on penalties.
Yeah, I'll take that. So, brilliant start. I'm happy with that.
All right, well, season number 2, then we're in the Championship. How are we going to fare in the Championship? The season preview sticks us second from bottom.
And I'm top
by
the
looks of the start, where you'd be the fact that you're top, I very much doubt that's going to happen. But you're looking at the teams that were relegated from last season. Bristol City, who went up, I don't know how, went up. Burnley and Leeds are back down. So let's see what happens season 2. Well, season number 2, and we're in 4th place, but it is a playoff final loss to Sunderland. That's unlucky.
It's unlucky, and I look at it and think, it was too early for me to go to the Prem.
Oh, yeah.
Way too early. I just overachieved, I feel. In a way, I'm pleased that we got this. It kept the league going for the whole season for us, really. And I didn't get anywhere near being relegated. So
no.
I look at it and think to myself, what a good season that was.
Yeah, only this is the worst.
Yeah.
A point away from automatic promotion.
2 points from being champion.
Exactly. Because you had a high goal difference.
And I only lost 7 games.
Yeah, and if we're looking at the end of the season, look, in that championship season, Sunderland have cost you there.
Yeah.
Because they beat you, and to be fair, the Derby game as well. That's where you're dropping points.
Yeah,
those 3 points are at least a point there, and you're promoted. So Sunderland have not only cost you the playoff final, but they actually cost you automatics as well.
You did, yeah.
But there we go. And it's a long old journey from Plymouth to Sunderland.
I was going to say, it's an hard game as well. The Argo fans do enjoy going to Sunderland, but it is an hard game when you go up there. You know that.
Yeah, it is a long old day. That is a 24-hour journey. Let me tell you, going up, watching the game, and then coming back. Yeah. You're out of the house for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
Other than that, it's a good season, I think.
Yeah,
quarter-final of the FA Cup by Manchester City as well.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Very good season for a newly promoted team in the Championship. 29 goals for Sky Vink and 28 for Shaquille Van Persie.
That already shows me something, doesn't it?
That you have to replace them.
Yeah. But they're both 19. How much are they? They're way out of my league to buy them as well.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get them, unfortunately. In terms of players you do have to get rid of, we might be now saying goodbye to Brian Hardy.
Yeah, I think it is.
It is time to say goodbye to him, unfortunately.
That's
he got
the worst.
15 goals.
That's the worst thing about it. I'm losing Brian Hardy, but I've just lost my 2 league and goal scorers as well.
Yes, there's 3 strikers, really, you might have to bring in for next season. With £7 million. You had more when you came up into the division. But hey, let's see what you can do. You have to sell the players. There's a healthy bank balance right now. Let's see what happens. Now, behind the scenes, a lot of things are quite important with Youth to Gold, including, obviously, especially if you're going up the leagues, making sure that all of your staff and facilities are up to date.
Yeah.
And you've got the acceptance of new training facilities or upgraded training facilities. And expanding home park, which is good to see. So that will come into play within the next couple of seasons, or at least this season. And hopefully we can keep continuing to increase the training facilities and increase the capacity at home park, hopefully if a promotion comes anytime soon. But let's have a look then at the transfers. We've got £1 million left. A lot of players have had to leave the club. We've mentioned, of course, Ryan Hardy being one. There he is, £3.6 million. Pleggy. He is gone as well to Wrexham, 2.4 million. So you got good money for these players. And that's right, yeah. That's not the end of the world.
6 million for 2 players that I had to get rid of.
Yeah. So you've added extra players in there. And we started off going back to Serbia, ending going with Serbia. We got another one from, and this guy's great.
Yeah.
Kvetkovic, very good player. That's a cracking replacement for Ryan Hardy.
That's what I needed. So I've got him in.
And he's your player.
That's right.
He's not just on loan.
Yeah, that's one of the things you got to really, if a good one pops up and you can afford to sign him, it's worth paying that little bit more because you've got him then.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 19, so perfect. He can only develop and get better.
Got a minimum fee release clause of 17 million.
A lot of these young players, I've noticed when I was trying to set that, that's what they want.
Yeah.
It's very hard because they could develop really good, and before you know it, bang, someone's come in.
Yeah.
Release clause gone.
But that is 10 times more than what you bought it for. 1.6 and his release clause was 17 million. So
yeah, you don't mind it too much, but when they're that young and they're really good, you got to give it 1 or 2 years and then try and change their contract. And get it taken out.
Yeah, before they get too good.
Yeah.
Now, no loan players, which might be my only critique. Yeah. Because you did have money in the bank to get the good ones as well.
Yeah.
To pay the extra to get the good ones. But we'll see. Because £3.7 million, we got an attacking midfielder here, Romanian, 19 years of age. I like where you're going with these signings. Serbia, Romania.
Yeah.
These nations have cheaper players compared to if this guy was English and you were buying him from, I don't know, Aston Villa, 3 or 4 times more expensive than what you're actually paying him.
Yeah.
£3.7 million is still quite a lot from Romania, but he is 19 years of age and looks really good.
It's one of those things that you've got to, like you were just saying just now about your staff, you've got to make sure your staff are the right staff that you got in. You've got to make sure you get the scouts in, and you've got to send them out to these countries.
Yeah.
Don't just have local scouts. Try and get some foreign scouts in and then sending them out to the foreign countries and all that.
With good adaptability.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And you've got to keep an eye on your staff as well. I was updating my staff. Every 2 or 3 seasons, have another look at them. See that they're good enough for this league. The worst thing you want is your players moaning about your training.
Yeah.
That they're not good enough. So every so often, have a good look at them. If they're not good enough, get rid of them and get someone in that's better.
Yeah, I mean, look at this scout. Like German, 20 adaptability with 16 player and potential.
Yeah.
Another German with 18 and 18. I've seen a Uruguayan there. So obviously you've been sending players or scouts out to the South American countries, and you're finding them because of these guys. Northern Ireland one, obviously he might need a little bit updating. So Nicky Shorey's there. What a left back he was, Nicky Shorey. But you got 7 scouts, and of course the other thing is to ask for more. You can always ask for more on the staff thing, going down scouts allowed, asking for more scouts. But yeah, another good sign in there that we just seen there, which was Gonzalo Escudero from Racing Club. £4 million for a decent centre back there, left-footed.
Oh, to get sometimes. So
Yeah.
he's my player now. That's a good thing.
And from Velez, finally, Alvaro Montoro, who is another Argentinian centre attacking midfielder. He is really good.
Yeah.
So,
Pleased with that one.
there's a couple of good centre attacking midfielders. You have changed it to a wide diamond now, and we have locked in the goalkeeper that you picked up from season number 1
Yes.
into the net.
It's a big chance, but they only get better quickly if you lock them. Well,
If you're
keep
playing him.
Playing them, yeah. So I've had to lock him in because he definitely wouldn't play.
And I think Connor Hazard was 27, something like that. You had to get rid of him, or whatever it was. So you needed a good backup goalkeeper.
I mean, Grimshaw's a good keeper.
There he is. Dan Grimshaw.
I mean,
he's
28.
good, but
He's 28, so I've got one more season out of him. But if I can get this guy and start getting him better, he could be my keeper right through then.
yeah. All right, well, start of the season, we're all still sat in first place, so it's another great start to it. Only drawing to Middlesbrough in the league. A lot of good wins in there as well. Beating Cardiff, you remember, came up with us 4-0. Losing to Tottenham Hotspur, I mean...
I don't mind that, losing early in that cup. I'm not expecting to do anything, but second season in a row, I've just lost to a Premiership side, so
yeah.
I'm pleased with that.
Were you in charge of Tottenham because they signed an ex-Arsenal player in Serge Gnabry?
I recommended him, I think.
Yeah. All right, season number 3 then. Let's see if you can get out of the championship this time round. Well, this time you did, but unfortunately not as champions.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was on the final day of the season, losing to Birmingham.
Absolutely chucked it away.
After beating Millwall 8-1, going to Birmingham, going to St Andrews, and getting stuffed 3-0, meaning you didn't finish top of the league in the end.
I mean,
I'm to Southampton.
I'm chuffed to bits of getting in the Premier League. I still think I'm a season too early. I'm looking at that. They deserve to win. They only lost 5 games.
Yeah.
Where the other seasons where I lost less, I thought, and I was a bit disappointed. I can't be disappointed with that. I mean, I am because it's only losing that last game of the season, but I still got promoted.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. I'm still up there.
And
I've gone through.
You've gone up with no loan players.
Yeah.
Meaning all the players that got you there are yours.
Yeah. That's
so if
even
you
better,
can
innit?
do it without the loan players, and I know everybody's going to be like, no, listen to Zealand, get the bloody loan players. If you can't, it's still good enough to go up with it.
Yeah.
With a lot of your players. If they're still good enough, then it's amazing. Now, 23 goals from Kvetovic.
Yeah.
Ben Wayne, though, got 21. He is. I don't know how he's doing it. I really don't, because he is shocking.
I'm gonna take it every game. I mean, he played 33 games.
Yeah.
How he was getting in my first team, I don't know. But
no
there
idea.
you go. My assistant was seeing something that I couldn't see.
Yeah, fair. I think so. Callum Wright's done quite well, though. 16 goals and 11 assists. But I can't see a lot of these players sticking around, or at least staying in the first team. Maybe this guy, Mamani, he has been really good for you.
Yeah, I locked him
on
in,
the
so
wing.
he's done well, yeah.
Locking him in, and he's developed quite well. 15 assists one season, 16 the next, with 7 goals, and a great average rating as well. What we didn't see was top scorers. So Kvetovic got 23. He was behind Ben Brereton Diaz. Ben Wayne had the highest average rating. I have no idea. No idea. This might go down as the worst championship season in history, if that's the case.
I don't know.
I'm really sorry, Ben Wayne, if you're watching this and be like, well, have I done wrong?
Well done, Ben. Don't know how, but well done.
Yeah, no idea, but there we go. But 2 assisters again in there, just behind Zalazar. So really good going into the Premier League with nearly £40 million, which is almost as much as what they gave you going into the championship.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a look at my goalkeeper, see if my goalkeeper developed really well. I don't know,
Yeah, so locking in
like.
the goalkeeper didn't exactly develop that well.
No, when you think he's nearly won the league.
Yeah, wants a new deal as well, probably because obviously you're playing him more.
Yeah.
But development not quite there. But that is a risk that you can take. They might say they have good potential, but they could have low professionalism.
He's still got
Never
us
get
up.
there.
He's still got us up, so you've got to take that.
Season number 4 then in the Premier League. Let's see who you bring in. Okay, going in the Premier League then, we sold £17 million worth of players, mainly Ogbeta, and of course the player that you signed from Romania last season, going out just more than what you paid for him. He didn't play any games last season.
It's got a profit, so you've got to take out £2 million profit in it.
He is left after club as well. A lot of loans for money as
Yeah.
well. I love seeing that. That's really good. That's one way of making your bank balance go up earlier than what you need it to. Now, the players coming in, we've got a good mix here of players being bought for pennies compared to players being paid for, which you're taking gambles with, obviously, because they've all got to be under 20 years of age. Hopefully, the best players in their age group. So we got this guy here, Japanese centre-back. He looks fantastic, other than the fact that he cannot jump and he's only 5'8".
Yeah.
Probably picked the wrong position in his younger years. Might have been a better right-back, but for 900k, you can't
900K.
deny it. It's a good amount for what looks like a decent player. Let's go up by how much they cost, because then below him was a goalkeeper that we have got there, more of like a chance for the future possibly.
Yep, definitely, yeah.
Then we've got Rodrigo Gutierrez, £5 million from Philadelphia Union. We're starting to see some new gens come through already. 19 years of age, good centre midfielder, left-footed as well. Some decent technicals.
He's better than Callum Wright, the classic already. So that's, to me, that's a really good signing for that position.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
Then we've got Michael Swyquist, something like that. Danish, again, going back to Scandinavian countries. Very good talent for 18 years of age.
Good midfielder, yeah.
If you're really struggling for money, if they've got a professional personality, then you are golden. What you'd ideally want is a professional personality, or model citizen, model professional, something like that, perfectionist personality, and a high determination. Then you'll know if they got a good potential, they are reaching it with some game time. That's kind of how it works. This one is a gamble, because you don't know his personality, whether he's professional, and he has got only 11 determination, but the signs are there that he is a decent player with a good potential. So it's not a bad signing for £10 million. Not too bad. Amara Diouf from Metz, 14 million, plays on the left or the right. He is fantastic for
He looks
you.
a good wonder kid. Well, it says there his personality.
Fairly ambitious. He is, I mean, again, low determination, but acceleration and pace, very good. Left-footed with a fairly strong right foot. Scouts are rating him very highly. He is a cracking
Pleased with
player.
that signing.
Braden Graham from Everton, £15 million. This one's even better. Look at that.
Good striker.
He's very good. So, fantastic finishing ability, good anticipation, decision makings off the ball.
He's quick.
And he's fast,
Yes.
yeah. And he's not only fast, he's agility and balance fast, because you can have, like the last guy, good pace, acceleration, but they have good agility and balance as well. You can't knock him off the ball.
Nope.
But he wasn't the most expensive, because £21 million from Vitória, which is one of the best Portuguese clubs to look for when you're buying youth-to-go players, because they aren't the big three who like to keep hold of their players and only sell to the bigger European clubs. Vitória, you can pluck players away from them. It might cost you like 21 million, but it's a good goalkeeper. 18 years of age. Right now, they're only rating him as a League 2 goalkeeper. But I think you're right. I think the basis of this could be a fantastic goalkeeper. And yeah, I thought I've seen that you had been playing him, so I thought he's been locked in. He is called Mark Funk as well. That is one of the best names I've ever seen. So I'm hoping in a season or two, he could be a cracking Premier League goalkeeper. He's 6'4" as well. Good bravery.
Yeah, it's good. He's worth a punt.
What is this?
Taking a gamble, aren't I? Usually when I goes into the Premier League, I normally sort of like play right defensive, makes it hard for teams to beat me. I'm just going for it. I've got the players to do it. Why not? Try it.
Okay.
It's a big gamble, but I think it's worth a gamble.
It is. I feel sorry for Nkili.
Yeah,
Actually, it's not Nkili, because he's out on loan. A lot of these first teamers, as you can see, are all out on loan. So who would it be? By the looks of it, it's going to be Boateng, who's going to be stuffed in there. I mean, at least he's got good natural fitness and stamina, because he is going to be chasing players all by himself. So we'll see how that one plays out.
I just bought some really good players going forward, so I've got to get them all in the team. So
yeah, I feel like you've set the tactic up for the players you've bought instead of the players for the tactic. Schedule, though. You have won some games.
Yes, I've lost a few as well, though.
Yeah, you've beaten Southampton, who came up with you. You've drawn with West Ham at home park with an 89th minute equaliser there. Beaten Millwall 5-0, but lost to Arsenal, Newcastle, and to Wolves.
Yeah.
That's a tricky one. In the Premier League, the season preview does put you dead last and with no hope whatsoever. They've probably seen your tactic and thought, this guy hasn't got a clue what he is doing.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see if you prove them wrong. Well, you certainly did. 12th place.
Oh, over the moon, mate. over the moon with that.
45 points.
That's exactly where our team want to finish the first season in the Premier League.
Yeah, very good points tally.
I mean, you looked up Wolves have been relegated. They were the team that gave me an amber in the beginning of the season. So, yeah, I'm happy with that.
Everton got relegated despite qualifying for the Europa League, probably winning the Cup. No names in here, though, that we can see, but there's some other names, including Omega and Nzola, that are knocking around in the league. So we've got some tricky customers in terms of goals being scored, and Gregor Cabell has joined Chelsea, as you can see there. So some new players joining the Premier League. Mamani, though, 14 yellow cards.
Yeah.
Bit of Argentinian grit and fight in there by the looks of it, but not too bad. Competitions, 4th round in the FA Cup, 3rd round in the Carabao Cup by Arsenal. Goals itself, Braden Graham got 18, so a good first season for him. He looks fantastic.
Looking good now, yeah.
Kvetovic, his other strike partner, getting 16. Hasn't developed as much as what I thought he might have, but still decent.
I'm still happy with that. 16 goals from and 18 goals from them too. You've got to be happy with that.
But the goalkeeper, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what I was hoping to see. Already jumped up 2 leagues in terms of what they rate him to play at, but we're looking at him on the page. Everything's gone green.
You would buy him. You'd buy him now, wouldn't you? Definitely, yeah.
Just for 19 years of age, he looks really, really good. And your transfer budget, £46 million. So
got to be happy with that as well.
Finances are still decent. Still got enough money in the Premier League to do some business in season number 5. All right, we got some players who have left the club. They are coming close to the age that they need to be sold. So we've got the likes of Callum Wright, who is 28 years of age, going out for £8 million. Nkili, who is still young, but getting good money for him, 7.5. Adam Randall, actually born in Plymouth himself. 27 years of age now, going to Derby. I think you've passed his ceiling more than anything to be sticking around, and you're still getting good money for him, which is good to see. And that's allowed you to bring in a good amount of players again. And we're starting off with Michael Noonan, who has joined in the January. He turned 20 this year, as you can see, but he joined in the January as a free transfer there. We've got Trond Andersen from Vålerenga, £2.1 million. Looks like a decent centre-back there from Norway. So again, using the Scandinavian link. Good determination. Temperamental personality, though. Then we've got David Vizeli from Jablanek. Good right back.
Yes.
I tell you what, fullbacks are really hard to come by just in general. In terms of Football Manager. Yeah, so getting a good fullback in Youth to Gold, cracking. 19 years of age from the Czech Republic.
He could come really good as well.
Yeah, and he's already starting and getting an assist with decent average rating. That's a really good signing. £13 million next for Simon Toscano from CS Montreal. So he's Canadian. Oh, look at I love it. This is what the best thing about Youth to Go sometimes is when you get players from different nations that you never really would see players from, and a Canadian-born centre defensive midfielder from Montreal, £13 million. Now, if you remember, Plymouth Argyle, we had a very famous international Canadian player, Jason Bent.
Yeah.
Love Jason Bent. He was, when I remember growing up, a centre midfielder, I think, as well. So there's another one. Another Canadian in centre midfield at Plymouth Argyle. Daniel Carvorio, 18 years of age. Good centre-back.
Yeah, it does look good, doesn't he? Yeah.
6'3" from Farense. So again, using those nations from Portugal. Big money, though. But you got to get them in to survive in the Premier League. £30 million. Yeah, you can't deny it. If you've got the money, why not? Igor Josic, though, from Red Star, £8.5 million. Another decent centre-back, 19 years of age. The physical attributes are really good on this guy. Fairly professional personality as well. Then we got Philip Sam, not Stam, not Yap Stam, Philip Sam, and he is German, centre defensive midfielder. Good determination, driven personality, aggressive.
His potential is there, like potential for being a Premier League player.
Yeah.
So it's getting these players in, because you might be just able to sell them $2.5 million.
Yeah.
I could sell him for like 15, 16 million next
Looks
season.
good, and he's only 2.5. And then finally, £22 million. Harrison Leonard, an Englishman, £22.5 million. And he's a decent striker who likes to beat the offside trap.
And he's good on both feet.
Yeah. Still got some work, but at 19.
That goes to show what you were saying earlier. That's right, though, for the difference on paying for an English striker to the actual foreign ones that you can get elsewhere. There's a lot of money and difference in it, really. But he's still a good player, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Worth the pump.
Let's see, though, whether he will start in the team, because best 11 pick doesn't put him up front, but you can see he did play 2 games already and scored.
Yeah.
And we've changed formation.
This is the full formation I would normally start the Premier League with. This is my sort of like
Hard to beat.
Hard to beat tactic, yeah. So I've gone with it just in case. Second season I always find could always be the hardest season for new teams coming up, really.
Yeah.
They got that excitement and everything else with the first season, and then the second season, reality kicks in. If you ain't got the players, you're going to go down.
I always think, though, in terms of Premier League and in real life and on the game of Football Manager, having a goal scorer makes a big difference.
100%.
And you've got two of them.
Yes.
Because if you're looking at your lineup there, Kvetovic, who didn't score nearly as much as Graham the season before, has 7 in 6.
Yeah.
Whereas Graham has 3 in 6. So already both of them. And I always think as well, having 2 strikers who like to score makes it ultra competitive and ups their game. If you've got one that you can rely on, he might go through barren spells where he doesn't score at all. Having 2 of them, that definitely helps. And he looks like he's hit the ground running at the start of this season.
Yep, definitely. Yeah.
So that is really good to see. Schedule. We have started.
Same sort of start
with
as
a
I had
win.
last season, really.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, there's a good win against Millwall. Bournemouth are one of those sides where you think you'd like to think you can go there and pinch a point or something, but all right, I've lost against them. Liverpool, I'm going to take what comes to me. I mean, I've scored 3 goals against Liverpool. I've got to be happy with that. So.
They also bought Joshua Zirkzee, which is quite funny. You equalised in the 92nd minute. They scored in the 93rd with a Spurs player.
Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it? I don't know what's going on there.
And then Burnley, that's a bad one.
Yes, that's a game that you think, all right, it's away, but I would have thought minimum a draw there.
Yeah. All right, well, season number 5 then, second season in the Premier League. The season preview doesn't put you bottom of the league. It puts Millwall there, which is the only team you've actually managed to beat so far.
I'll give them an hammer.
They've just come up and promoted alongside Norwich and Forest. So let's see whether Dad can stay in the league for a second season in a row. Well, it's another season in the Premier League. It's not as good as last season.
No.
49 points. Well, 45 points was it last season? 39 this season. Down in 14th.
I struggled the whole season. If you look at the preview for the whole season, I was down there about most of the season. So yeah.
Survived midway through the season.
Yeah, pulled it back up again, and it just stayed there constantly.
Carried on.
So I've got to be pleased with it. I'm stayed in the Premier League, so yeah, things can really get better from here. I feel.
Well, you got top scorer in there, 17 goals.
Yes,
but some of the names around is mental. Kylian Mbappe is at Manchester City.
All this, didn't we?
Benjamin Sesko is at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
What? What? Yeah, they've got a cracking team. So we've got some big names here in the Premier League. Ramsdale's at Newcastle. Marmoush has moved to Aston Villa. So yeah, it's only going to get harder, I think, by the looks of it.
Good thing I can see on there is another player that I often sort of look at, really, is Josh Sargent in Norwich. He scores goals wherever he goes.
Yeah, he's good on this.
If you're a mid-table team and you're looking for a good goal scorer, that's one of the guys to get in, really.
Yeah.
He comes cheap as well sometimes.
Tips by Omega Dad.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's have a look at the rest of the competitions throughout the season. 5th round by Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, quarter-final by Leicester.
Yeah, nothing special there. I mean, I was struggling the whole season, so I'm not expecting to do anything in the Cups, really. So.
Yeah. So the development then, let's look more into that. 24 goals from Kvetovic, which is very good. We've also started to see some yellows there in pace, agility, and finishing. Braden Graham had an off season in comparison to last season. If you think last year he got 15 goals, actually it's nowhere near as bad as what I thought it was.
No.
Just consistently round about the same.
He looks like he's getting better though. That's a good thing.
Harrison Leonard, 10 goals off the bench.
Yes.
And he has developed ever so slightly, so that's a good sign. Maybe thought of locking him in next season might be there. Amara Diouf, who of course you bought a couple of seasons ago, that first season in the Premier League, he looks very good. He's only 20 years of age now. And the centre back that you picked up from Portugal, wow. Yeah. Looks great.
I don't know how many goalkeeper got on.
Yeah, a lot of unhappy customers, though.
Yeah,
a lot of unhappiness. Mark Funk, the goalkeeper, looking really good.
Yeah, it's starting to get
good
there
bit
now.
of development there. We've got a bit of a Portuguese.
I mean, you look at him now, he's valued at 70 to 94 million.
Yeah.
Wow. If I cashed in on him now, that's a hell of a deal, isn't it?
Moringo, who you signed in one of the first seasons at left back.
Yeah.
Very good again. So, some good stuff going into this season. And we've got £52 million to spend.
I don't think I'm going to get rid of anybody now. I think the highest one I've got is 27, is it?
Yeah, so age-wise, 28.
So still another season, really.
Yeah. No like panic selling.
No, which helps, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And the best 11, if you're looking at the best 11 age group, so we're going by obviously players in your first 11. The oldest player is 26.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I always check on you to go, because obviously you need to plan ahead for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I wouldn't even be panicking at that point. If they're like 28, I'd be like, okay, I need to find a centre midfielder who's going to be ready for next season. Whereas at this point, yes, you should be trying to replace him because he's only 2.5 stars, but it's not the be-all and end-all because he is got a couple of years left.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, season number 6. See what happens. All right, bit of a mad summer, really, because Home Park was made bigger. We got 28,000 seater capacity now, which is fantastic for the Premier League down in Plymouth.
Yep.
But also, you had a job offer, Dad.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Real Madrid come calling. They must have. I couldn't believe it. The email come through. We've been offered the job for Real Madrid, and I'm thinking, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Which you normally would.
Yeah, I would. I'd have been jumping all over that. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. They obviously can see the job that I'm doing, bringing all these youth players through. They probably think I'm doing a really good job. So.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Real Madrid, I had to say no.
You got a job in hand.
I had to stay with the boys, and
73 million pound was spent there. Although we do add another 10 million pound from obviously just before the season ticked over. And in terms of players out, there was quite a lot of names who did leave. A lot of them with loans, but 10 million pound there for Boateng, who we mentioned was the oldest player in the first 11, just turned 27. So let's have a look at the players being brought into the club then. So we've got this man here, Recep Kasukcu, who is Turkish, who was brought in again before he turned, the confirmation was turned before he turned 20 years of age. Then we have got a couple of players here, or one player at least, from Mexico, from Pumas, Alfredo Omar Nevado, good striker as well.
He is, yeah. I mean, they class him as a decent Premier League player, but could improve a lot, and that's a big thing that when you see that. He's balanced and he's a wonder kid, so when you see all that, you got to think it's worth taking a chance on him.
Yeah, okay. So then Mauro Vasquez, £6 million. Again, risk-free, really. What a goalkeeper.
At 19, he's that good already.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 good keepers in my team already.
That's going to be a predicament.
Yeah, I know.
Who plays now? Mauro Vasquez or Funk?
Yeah.
Slam dunk the Funk to the bench. But £43 million is being spent.
This was a big
Gale Forcade.
Yeah, this was a big decision, really. It's a lot of money on one player, but I'm taking a chance here, really.
Yeah, I mean, Boateng has less, so you had to bring in a new number 1. Yeah. Oh, you better hope he gets good.
Oh, yeah.
Vitor from Sao Paulo, £14 million, another centre midfielder. No natural fitness, which is a little bit of a worry, but the rest of him looks quite good. If he had good natural fitness, I'd be looking good. Cracking signing.
Yeah.
Just that natural fitness scares me. But he is only young, I guess. Now, tactically, staying with a 4-4-2, but yeah, a little bit of a variation of it because of the players that have come in. 4K goes straight in.
One of the defensive midfielders just pushed him into that centre midfield, really. Just sort of a little bit more attacking than what I was last season, I felt.
Yeah. Which allows him to actually go straight into the team.
Yeah.
Nevada actually goes up front with Kvetovic.
Yes, that's good, really, yeah.
See.
Keeper's changed.
And the keeper has changed. Vasquez has gone in instead of slam dunk the Funk.
Let them fight it out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lock anybody in, let them fight it out and see what they do.
The bench.
Yeah.
Oh, see, if it was me, I might have loaned one of them out.
Yeah.
Might have loaned one out and then let them see which one's developed better. But all right, they might each play a good amount of games. You can see Funk has actually played a game.
Yeah.
So he has played. Schedule, though, this looks a lot better.
I'm a lot bit better this season, yeah. So I'm pleased with this.
Unbeaten start of the season.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, I haven't played any of the big teams yet. I mean, Newcastle, they were sorry to the Newcastle fans, they would say we're one of the biggest. Yeah, you are, but and I still get hammered 2-0. So yeah. I'm going to take that.
Beating Palace as well, beating Forest, who obviously got promoted last season.
Yeah, they knocked me out of the cup, so I'm pleased with that.
Yeah, and Brentford knocking them out of the cup this season. So, good start. Premier League season preview actually doesn't favour you to go down this year, which makes a change.
Yeah.
Got the 2 sides there, Norwich and Ipswich Town.
I've proved them wrong for the last 2 seasons, so I'll prove them wrong again. I reckon I'll be better than that.
And Postecoglou, by the way, is at West Ham.
Yeah, get on, Ange.
And I don't even know the manager of... it's the Stuttgart manager. Of course it is. Who's at Man United. Yeah. All right, let's see how this season goes then. It's season number 6. Season 6 then, that's a better season.
Yes.
Into 9th place, and we've got qualification for Europe because FA Cup.
If I'm going to win anything, I'm going to win my favourite cup, the FA Cup. Get in.
2-1 against your team.
Against the Arsenal. Get in.
Extra time win. Charlie Crew scored.
I'm really pleased with Charlie Crew because I haven't played him much of him.
No.
I've got him in early Dirtles as well, and he's come through good for me.
Free transfer all those years ago. Yeah. He actually got 8 goals and 7 assists this season.
He has played quite a bit, but he hasn't been in my starting team.
No.
So, yeah.
It's just good on Charlie.
You got what you deserved.
Yeah.
Winning goal at Wembley against the Arsenal. Brilliant.
Pocketed Declan Rice. nice.
Yeah.
In that midfield. But yeah, great time
Pleased with that.
at Wembley Stadium there.
Brilliant season.
Brought the FA Cup down to Plymouth.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And we've got Premier League football and European football next season, and that's the most important thing. 55 points, which is the highest points tally so far. Kovacevic up there with 20 goals, which surprised me. Mbappe's got like a really high average rating, but he's nowhere near the goals. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But that is the main name up there. We got one guy in the yellow cards as well.
I can't remember what teams I beat in the run for the FA Cup. I mean, Arsenal was in the final, so
semi-final Liverpool. Quarter-final Man United 5-1. Fifth round was Everton 3-0. Fourth round was Middlesbrough 4-2, and then of course the third round where you start Newcastle.
Done the Newcastle again.
Yeah, so
at Newcastle though.
Not a bad season in the FA Cup there.
I'm playing with the big boys now, so that goes to prove our team's there or thereabouts now.
Kovacevic, 28 goals, so not too bad, although the finishing's gone down. That's disappointing to see. He had a couple of yellows in there previously. Braden Graham got 16 goals. Oh, that's a shame, because I thought the other guy who you bought to go up front might have started to score more. Where's he gone? He just not... I can't even remember his name. Oh, there he is, Nevada. He only got 7 goals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing. I was hoping he'd get some more. I still think you're like a good striker away from that next level. Because like I think everywhere else on the pitch, I mean, goalkeeper-wise, Mauro Vasquez, yeah, he's a good number one, isn't he? High eccentric.
Sometimes you just got to go with that, I mean.
Yeah, but the centre-back, only 20 years of age. He looks fantastic, by the way.
He's getting there now.
Very good.
Yeah.
Alan Maringo, who obviously you brought in quite a long time ago at left-back's done very well. Igor Josic, another good centre-back there with very good physicals. And Mara Diouf on that left-hand side has also been playing very well and doing really good. And Forcade, who of course you spent a lot of money on, has developed quite well.
Yeah, he has,
That might be a gamble that's paid off.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Well, not yet. I wouldn't say just yet.
Well, no, he's not the finished product yet, but
could be.
Yeah, I mean his value is doubled already, so
yeah,
I'm happy with that.
But it's whether you get that money in.
Yeah,
you see that and go, oh, that's £80 million.
I know you don't.
When you try and sell him, you go, oh, why are they only offering me 15?
Yeah, I know you don't get it, but he's getting better. So, like you say, it looks like the gamble might have paid off there.
All right, well, transfer budget, another £50 million in the bank to spend next season on youth to gold players. Another interesting summer. Training facilities has gone up. Staff has been improved. Got 13 scouts in there now.
Yep.
And another job offer, Dad. Yes. Where to this time?
I got offered by Inter Milan this time. We know what I'm like in Italy.
Yeah.
So that was just
stayed away from that.
Sorry, I can't do that job.
Yeah.
Can't speak the lingo.
Unfortunately, no.
Don't like the league.
Yeah. But a lot of players have left the club, and you can see there, left £31 million in the bank.
Yeah, it's unusual for me. I usually like to spend all my money, but
that's what happens in Youth to Gold.
Yeah, that is one of the plans with the Youth to Gold as well. You make the club so much financially better off.
The gold part, people forget that.
Yeah.
You got to save the money in there. So Bally Mumba's left the club, £6.5 million, but another £75 million has gone out as well. Alan Moraningo for $46 million. Now, let me remind you how much Dad spent on him. £2.2 million.
There's the $36 million left in the kitty.
Yeah, 24 years of age as well. So cashing in when they're at the highest peak. £15 million from Mamani, who again didn't spend that much money on. £4 million, so an extra £10 million profit there. And Charlie Crew left.
Yeah, Charlie Crew. Good old Charlie.
Million.
Scoring the winning goal in the cup final. That sort of bumped this price up for me, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, he is gone. Let's have a look then. So the first player he brought in was Rodrigo Miguel, 19 years of age, good striker, left-footed as well.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad guy to come off the bench to kick things off. We then got Beecher, 450k. You can always pick up some bargains from South Africa. Please look at South Africa.
He got a bit of a problem at 19, didn't he?
Yeah, that was me at 19. That was maybe not the same colour, but I had a bald head just like that. Centre back though, Alex Bell next, 14 million, centre midfielder or centre attacking midfielder. Very good physical attributes to kick things off. Decent going forward. Technicals might need something in there, but yeah, again, you're paying for an English tax.
He's only 18 though.
The difference, 14 million because he was an English player. He's got 5 in 4 games so far. That's interesting.
Yes.
Playing from maybe centre attack midfield. We'll see. Agustin Ramos, £45 million. It's these Spanish clubs that you're giving the money to.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Was the other one Spanish? I can't remember if he was or not.
He's just replaces the guy that I've sold as well for 40-odd million, isn't he, really?
Yeah, the left back.
Yeah.
20 years of age, though. Very good physical attributes in there. Then we've got Bjorn Wibro. Danish. I thought he was an injured there. I thought you had the Omega
Yeah,
curse.
no, he's been suspended.
Great centre mid.
Yes.
Very good centre mid. 18 million, that's a bargain.
Yeah.
In terms of the way how good he looks already and could
They class him
improve.
as a wonder kid as well, don't they? So
Fairly
yeah,
professional.
worth taking a chance.
Yeah, that's really good. Souza from Corinthians, £8.25 million Brazilian centre back. Doesn't look amazing,
No,
but good option off the
he's
bench.
very strong with both feet as well. So you just don't know. He's one of those players you get in,
Yeah,
make a profit on him again. It's worth a gamble.
that's it. And then finally, we've got Nicholas Weiss from Newcastle on loan. So he loaned a left back.
Unusual for loaning a player off another Premiership title, but I needed a left back in, so I got him in.
Tactically, then we switched to a 4-4-2 diamond.
Yes.
Does that mean you've got rid of Diouf? Because obviously he was playing. No, Amara Diouf. And he's playing still. Where is he playing? Playing as a pressing forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. Playing him up front. He's quick enough to do it, but he fits into the team as a striker instead of that left-hand side. He is playing there, as you can see, pressing forward next to Kvetovic.
And Bell's gone right in behind the two strikers as
Yeah.
well.
Narrow diamond then. Occasionally you do like to switch to a narrow diamond.
Yeah, I
It's
do,
very
yeah.
similar to the three up front that
Yeah.
you usually go for.
Yeah.
When you stick one further forward there. But start of the season, though, has been really good. We're actually sat in second place in the league because it's a win over Leicester, Arsenal, Burnley and Villa without
Yes.
conceding a single goal.
What a start that is, isn't it?
Very good.
I mean, City's going to be the team to beat, I feel, with,
Yeah.
with the team that they've got, so I'm really pleased with that.
And Europa League fixtures, because we are playing in Europe this season. Starting off at Celtic, so it doesn't feel too European, does it?
No.
It's going to Scotland. But then we've got Karabag, PAOK, Trabzonspor, Apoel, Mallorca. Nice. And it's in Mallorca as
Yeah,
well. So
been there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to that stadium where it was
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah,
we'll
was there.
go there for the weekend. And
Yeah.
then, it's Thursday night, isn't it? Typical. We'll go there for the week. Shakhtar. And then end things with Bilbao in Bilbao and that magic stadium. It looks great. That great atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Bilbao on a European night. All right. Good start to the season then, Dad. The season preview still puts you in the bottom half of the table at 200 to 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're getting closer and closer to those European spots
Yeah,
at
definitely,
the
yeah.
top of the league. But what a season it was! 78 points, which puts you on the same points as Tottenham and Chelsea.
Yes.
Only
Joint
losing
second,
out,
really.
Yeah, on goal difference.
I mean, I did say Man City were the team to beat, 91 points, no one anywhere near them, but
No.
joint second, I've got to be happy with that, haven't I?
Can't be mad. Pretty much Man City just stayed there the whole time.
Yeah.
And then it was these three here battling out for second place. But it's Champions League football again next season. So it's not too bad at all. There's a new name, Kashongo. Wow. Oh my God. How did you not see him?
I don't know.
Where did he come through? Eintracht. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Eintracht Frankfurt. What a player he is.
That's one of the teams you've got to keep an eye on with the youth, and you really.
That's it. They've got some cracking players there.
Yeah.
But all right, there we go. Great finish, Dad. Is it capped off with anything? It's a Europa League!
They won the FA Cup and a European Cup.
A European trophy for Plymouth Argyle in the first season, beating Besiktas 1-0. Lovely. 7 wins in the league phase, beating pretty much everybody other than the first game where we drew to Celtic. That's good to see. Then into the round of 16, knocking out Sporting.
That's a good result. 5-1 in aggregate.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Quarter-final beating Athletic Bilbao again across 2 legs.
Got to be happy with that.
And then Newcastle United 8-3 on aggregate.
I'm sorry, you Newcastle fans. You probably hate me now because I've been doing.
You're getting it left, right, and centre every single season. This very good indeed, Dad. Now goals. Alex Bell was the top scorer. He is the attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
From Sunderland. It is either a problem or a miracle, the way you look at the season went.
Probably looking at it being a miracle.
Yeah, because Kvetovic, 22 and 17 in 50-plus games, is not where you want a striker to be.
Nope.
Amara Diouf got 16 and 5, so that's not too bad, considering it's not really his position. And Rodrigo Miguel, 15, even though he only started 10 games and played 23 in total, got 10 there.
Yeah.
15 goals. I'd be looking at him and going, I think you deserve a start, my friend. He looks really good. So development-wise, then, let's have a look at a couple of players. There was Agustin Ramos, who you spent quite a lot of money at left-back, has developed quite nicely there. We've got Fourcade. We need to have a look at Fourcade because, obviously, of the money that was spent. He was French, wasn't he? Not Spanish. So £45 million, but the development has been nice.
It's got better, yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got the likes. I mean, it'd be great to go through every single player, obviously, but the centre back there, the Portuguese centre back,
looking good now, isn't he?
always worth to have a look at. And I think the goalkeeper is another player I want to have a look at. Unfortunately for Mark Funk, it looks like the Funksters aren't down to the bench, but Mauro Vasquez just gets better and better.
I mean, what can you say? You can't get better than that, really, can you?
No, the kicking, one-on-ones, passing, and reflexes, throw-in, and even down here, look, the positioning, vision, very good goalkeeper, and he's only 21. He's already got 14 caps for Argentina.
It's good.
Very good indeed.
The artist thing's going to be keeping hold of him, really, isn't it?
And some decent development from a lot of the first-team players as well. Age-wise, we haven't got to panic at all, because the oldest player is not even 25 yet.
And that's one of the bonuses, really. You just, if you can slowly get rid of the older players, and then you start working with the younger players, you're going to have 3 or 4, maybe 5 seasons with just the same players.
And that's when you can start building a second generation. Then you start buying players that you are now already, who are like 18, 19, and go, all right, I'm going to start selling them when they get to 26. Yeah. Because that's when they're even higher value.
They're in the prime then, yeah. I mean, when you go down to the 20s and the 21-year-olds, there's some good players down there as well.
They're all, a lot of them are your best players. You've got £63 million to spend again next season. And again, you probably won't spend that much financially. You've got £73 million in the bank. It's good to have just really good amount in the bank, especially when you have got big debts and loans because of obviously the new stadium expansions,
facilities and things like that. Yeah.
So when you know you've got this debt, it's good to just keep a good amount in the bank anyway. But great season there for season number 7.
Really pleased with that.
Yeah, on to season number 8. All right, Dad, going into season 8, 2 more job offers.
Yeah, Inter Milan must be really desperate to have me. I don't speak the lingo. No comment. Don't like your league.
You also don't speak Scouser. And Liverpool offered you the job as well.
Yeah, they did, yeah. And that one was sort of like, that could be really tempting. I mean, you've got the Real Madrid and the Liverpool jobs. You'd be looking at it and going, yeah, I'll take that on you. But nope, staying with the boys. I'm building such a good squad here now. I'd be disappointed if I leave them. So, no, I'm staying.
Speaking of leaving, Vasily has gone, £22 million at right back there, the Czech Republic right back. I had big things hoped for him. I really did. Rodrigo Gutierrez has also gone from centre midfield. He has left the club for £8 million. Again, using the loan market though for bringing in extra cash. Yeah. And we've got 4 players who have joined this season, because obviously last season was the last one. Ben Williams, £31 million. It's a lot of money, Dad.
Yep. There's a lot of money. It's a gamble, but I'll take it.
Okay, driven personality. We got Milanovic then, £1.1 million. Now I think he looks better.
Yeah. It's a big difference, isn't it?
It's a lot less. 20 years of age he's just turned. Very good centre-back. Then we got Murat Arslan from Konyaspor for £9 million. So another decent left-back with good physical attributes there. And finally, we've got David Bonora, £30 million for a centre-back. Not a bad centre-back, but it's a lot of money again.
His potential's there again as well, isn't it? So,
yeah. Professional personality. If he gets game time, he could be good, but I don't think you're giving him any game time this season. That's the trouble. Now, you've switched things around despite nearly finishing in second place.
Yes, changed it a little bit again, yeah. Still keeping it very narrow. I've got 3 people really going for it now up front. I mean, Bell was my leading goal scorer last season, so I had to keep him in there.
All right. This season's worrying for me. You come second, you changed the tactic, and you still didn't replace with a better striker.
Yeah.
That's worrying for me in a way.
It's one of those things that they are good strikers, though, so...
Yeah, but they aren't scoring.
Yeah.
Your attacking midfielder scored.
Yeah.
You're second place at the minute, though, because in the Premier League, you've won 3 games out of 4, drew to Brighton, obviously the UEFA Super Cup, losing to Real Madrid, only 2-1, which ain't too bad.
No.
But beating Wolves, beating Bristol City, drawing to Brighton, and beating Chelsea. But there's no out-and-out goal scorer in this.
No, I haven't played really any of the big boys really yet.
No.
So
okay, well, it's Champions League football this season.
That's a big thing for me as well this season.
Inter Milan's in there as well.
It's going to be really hard for me this season, isn't it? So yeah, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, both teams that wanted me. So yeah, taking them on to be quite a challenge really this season for us.
And Tottenham Hotspur too. All right, let's see what happens then for season number 8. Well, you have dropped off.
Yes.
And your top scorer throughout the whole season only got 23, 69 points.
Big difference from last season, so...
Yeah, because last season was 78 points. 78 points this season would got you in 3rd place behind City and Liverpool.
I'm still there or thereabouts. You know, it's a little bit of a gamble I took this season, so and I had the Champions League, so I'm still pleased with that.
Well, you do have European football next season. Is that because you've won the FA Cup again?
Get in.
Extra time over Brighton. 2-1 there, 95th minute goal there.
Alex Bell's.
Yeah, Alex Bell again.
Yeah,
he has been crucial for you in these last couple of seasons because, really, he was up there again with the goals. Oh, you only got 12.
Yeah.
So, Amara Diouf and Kvetovic, 23 and 22, 18 and 15 from Rodrigo Miguel, who is the guy that I said I would be putting my eggs in his basket.
I mean, when you look at that,
good.
for a Premier League side to have two strikers in the 20s, you'd be thinking, yeah, all right, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So I've got to look at that and think, yeah, not bad. I've got one right behind him with 18, Alex Bell with 12, so, I've got to be happy with that, really. So
Development on Alex Bell then. Physical attributes, very good. Looking as like a shadow striker type of player because that composure and off the ball is fantastic as well. And he gets into the opposition area, so that's...
And you got to think, he's still only 20 as well.
Only 20 years of age, yeah, so really good. Goalkeeper, again, playing so many games. That's dropped off. There's a couple that has dropped off there, which looks a bit weird, isn't it?
I didn't have such a good season I had last season,
so. Maybe. But yeah, not too bad. I mean, Daniel Carvorio, who is the centre-back option. I like looking at him. Good physical attributes again. Not as much development, maybe, on some players as what we were hoping. Amara Diouf, still definitely more of a winger. Fourcade, 14 and 14 this season. Yeah, not too bad at all. A few wanted signs as well. If you did want to cash in, there is a few wanted signs looking through this list. We haven't looked at Michael for a while. He looks good. Transfer budget, £71 million. So really, you don't have to cash in on anybody. The money is still there. 64 million in the bank. Debts and loans are still piling up a little bit though from the extra stuff being done to Home Park. There's something else that we might see throughout that happened recently, that Home Park might be expanded again, and the training facilities, of course,
getting European football.
Okay then, well, on to season number 9. Right, well, it's sad times because Mauro Vasquez has been plucked away by Manchester City on a £96 million release clause.
Yeah, I said it could happen. I mean, nearly £100 million for a goalkeeper. I'd be silly not to take it. I only paid $6 million for him. What a profit it is. But it's disappointing because he is so good.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's also just broke his lower arm.
Yeah. So I got rid of him at the right time.
Yeah. What a goalkeeper, though.
Yeah. Thanks for your service. Thanks for the money.
Might be hard to replace.
Yeah, that's the problem with it.
Which actually meant £123 million came in through the door because you can see Harrison Leonard's also left. Escudero, Toscana, Portugal also went. So good amounts of money coming in, and we have bought quite well. £15 million for Omerlu. Here's a striker. There we go. It's 18 years of age. That's not a bad start to kick things off. We've then got Otamendi, Martin Otamendi, £7.5 million. Good centre defensive midfielder. Resolute personality, which is always a good one as well.
Good aggression as well. I do like a player with good aggression, and he's butt-footed as well.
Decent. Then we got Linus Galez from McKellen, £10 million centre-back option there. 6'3", not bad at all for an 18-year-old.
Yeah,
looks like a decent and professional personality as well.
Yeah, so we know he's going to get really good.
Axel Barry, what a name. Is he Belgian as well? He is. Good centre midfielder, not a bad option for 18 years of age. £21 million. Moreno, £30 million though. Goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Are you thinking maybe bringing the Funk back into the net? I think
I could be doing that. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So because he's not better than Funk, is he?
No, slam dunk the Funk. Had to wait his turn, but maybe he's going to get another chance. Unless, no, he isn't a goalkeeper.
Funk's back in for me.
Funkster might be back in.
Yeah.
But Tobias Jungbleth, great name.
Yeah.
Good centre defensive midfielder.
Yes.
I'd be locking him in. I would. Professional personality, great mental attributes. Yeah.
Teamwork 18. It's all their work rate.
He
15.
looks really good.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
He only costs £25 million in comparison to some of the money that has been spent. I think that's a really good player. So, go into a 4-2-3-1 with wide positions for Diouf, who's obviously in there. Miguel has actually gone up front. Yes, come on, Miguel. Been rooting for you the last few seasons. Bell and Kvetovic still in the team, though.
Yes.
Gone on to the right-hand side, so not
give
too
myself
bad.
a bit of width this time and see how we go, really.
And Funky Baby is in the net. Come on, Funkster. He's got 3 clean sheets already in 4 games. He's there to... Yeah. He's like, you benched me all that time. Here we go.
I'll show you what good I am.
Right, well, it's been a good start to the season then. Beating Liverpool in the Community Shield. Beating Arsenal in the Premier League. Leicester, Bristol City, Wolves and Newcastle. All eating some goals.
And I've only conceded 3.
Yeah, so good start to the season.
Yes.
Champions League, it's Europa League this season. Trabzonspor and Dortmund's in there. Lyon as well, but fairly breeze through, I reckon, that campaign.
Yep, should do.
All right, well, season number 9 then. After as well, little bit of information. Stadium expansion is on the way again.
Getting a little bit bigger again.
Let's see what happens. Well, there we go. Finally, Plymouth Argyle are Premier League champions.
Get in. Man City, you.
97
points done, you boy. And I lost my last game.
Oh, I just think as well. He left, went to Man City.
Shame.
Oh. And the Funkster.
Come through.
Oh, please say.
We only lost.
Yes, he got the most clean sheets. Mark Funk, the absolute hero of this story. The Funkster.
Only lost 3 games?
Yeah. Unbelievable. Liverpool, Brentford and Bournemouth. Drawn 4 as well. Rodrigo, see what happens when you put Miguel up front? I was right all along. Alex Bell was up there as well for one of the highest average ratings, but the Funkster got 18 clean sheets. I love that. That's so good. Because Vasquez had 1 less.
Yeah.
1 less than the Funkster. Let's have a look at how good Vasquez is. Oh, he's actually got better.
Well, he would do. It's Man City winning.
But the Funkster, yes, come on.
He's got better again.
Yeah, look at that. Go on, Mark.
Yeah.
Very good. That's the most Portuguese name I've ever seen in my life, by the way. Mark Funk. Also from Luxembourg. What a signing. £21 million. 18 clean sheets this season. Yes, come on,
Won
Funkster.
the league.
Very good. Let's have a look at past positions throughout the season. Oh, good. Halfway through the season.
Yep.
And it was a complete takeover.
That's the time to be consistent at the end of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there we go. And competitions. Oh, it's almost a treble, but it's another Europa League with a win over Lyon in the final. Agustin Ramos, Kvetovic with the winner. Lovely stuff. Ending this one on a high, Dad.
Yeah, and then he had the treble.
Yeah.
He beat me in the final.
Manchester City.
Stop me from doing the treble.
But the FA Cup was won by Arsenal, so that's not too bad. But let's have a look then for the final time. 41 goals from Rodrigo Miguel, 20 assists as well.
It's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Really good from him. Kvetovic 24 and 14, 22 and 13. But don't go going anywhere because this Youth to Gold might not be over. If you want to take this over, you can go to patreon.com/MegaLoopGaming or on the YouTube channel members page. The save game file from this very point will be made available. You can take on Mark Funk and the rest of the boys and see if you can continue the legacy and take this Plymouth Argyle team to win the Champions League. That's the task we are going to set you. Go on and win the big one. What I am really proud of seeing is Alex Bell. We've gone up to a 4.5 current ability and looks fantastic for it. But also Gael Foucault.
Yes.
He's also gone into a world-class mode. Some great cracking players that you can mess around with because the oldest player is only a 27-year-old third-choice goalkeeper.
So it's going to be easy getting rid of him, isn't
Yeah, and Kvetovic is only 26, so maybe replacing him in a year or two with a better striker, and you'll be laughing. But £60 million is your budget. There's your task.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching this Youth to Goal with Dad and Plymouth Argyle for the Funkster, who I don't think he might have won it yet, but hey, after that season, we might be looking at the future Ballon d'Or winner. Thank you very much for watching. Check out this video on screen because Dad and I went back to the 1980s to do Liverpool versus Everton using a retro database.